Everyone, welcome back to the Sattva Code, and today we're on alphabet E. So let's talk about the ego, right? What's the ego? So we all know ego is that part of us. It's that I, right? It's that I aspect of me, right? I am Anisha. When we were a little kid, there was a time when we were just asking our parents or whoever was around for food and this and that. And as we grow up, I tend to realize that I am Anisha, right? And then I say, I am hungry when I need food, right? So this association of me with myself, right? And eventually what happens is, um, growing up, the way we are conditioned is that very soon a child realizes that in order to get their mother's love, father's love, right, there are these conditions that are put on it, right? For example, if you were you're told that you need to get a certain score, you need to be a certain kind of a girl, right? You have to behave a certain way to get love. And of course, sometimes it's explicitly said, and sometimes it's just very obvious, right? It's the child just imbibes, and so the little girl realizes that when I am successful, that when I do this, when I achieve this, when I am this, when I am that, when I become something, right? Something other than who I am. Meaning, me, Anisha, as a girl, just for existing, I'm worthy. But that's not what I feel when I'm growing up, right? When I'm growing up, I feel like I also have to be this and I have to be that and I have to be this title and I have to be that and I have to be this and I have to get this, all of this, right? I have to accumulate all these titles in order for me to be accepted. That's what I learned. So, because then first I'll get my parents' love and approval and then I'll get everybody's love and approval, right? So, what happens is in the process, I keep getting disconnected from who I am, my essence, right? Because nobody cares about that, right? And since I don't connect with that essence of mine, that's actually that divine essence, I forget about it, right? And I keep going out and I keep searching for more and more and more because that's what I've learned. And in the process, what happens? Ego is good to get that respect, a healthy ego, right? To maintain boundaries, yeah. However, what happens is the moment we involve ourselves in other people's business, that's the ego that then becomes destructive, right? Um, we are constantly in this ego game trying to prove something to other people, yeah, that I am right, I am doing this, I am so and so, I have done this constantly, right? And we stop listening to people. So, have you seen folks who are just who never listen, who always just want to be heard, right? Because they think they are always right, right? Ego in that destruction mode, right? People who are constantly not happy with whatever they have. Meaning, I wanted that car, I got that car. Now what? Now I'm looking in other people's lives, and I'm like, okay, I want to get a car better than that person. Yeah. So I'm not happy with what I have. I want more. Wanting more is not the problem, but I will be more successful when I have the other card. Uh, that's the issue, right? Another thing is, call me. I am a doctor. I'm a this. I'm a PhD. I'm a so and so. Call me with this name, right? Wanting other people's approval and attention and validation to feel important for a person. If you are doing something and you think it's important anyway. You don't need anybody to tell you you're important, right? But I understand we have been conditioned this way, so we're constantly looking for that, right? Again, that kind of an ego destruction. It's never going to make you feel happy with who you are. Why? Because you will constantly look for attention, constantly look for validation, and we know that we will not get that all the time, right? And nobody can make you feel important enough, loved enough. That's something that you'll have to give yourself that dose, right? So again, what is ego? Ego is that part of me that makes me feel that I am the doer and I control everything and I can also destroy everything. Like it gives you that false sense of uh, authority or false sense of doership, right? Because, and also, you start to impose it upon other people. I've seen a lot of spiritual people who talk about spirituality. However, they're constantly um, pushing their own agendas or opinions on other people, right? There's no flexibility. Their ego is completely inflated, but they can't see it. They think that they're doing something. They're doing a favor by spreading their wisdom, right? So ego is can be of various forms, right? And most of the time it's veiled, right? Sometimes we ourselves can't see it, right? And that's our mind coming in the way, right? The more we look within, the more we disconnect from what other people are saying, what other people think, whether they validate us, whether they like us or not, whether they, approve of us or not, the more our ego will actually go down, right? And the less you attach yourself with who you are, what you have, what you can do, what you can't do, also your ego goes down, right? But a healthy ego of knowing your position, knowing what you have, knowing your boundaries is great. That's something we all want. We all should have, right? So yeah, I think it's a vast subject that I'm trying to learn myself, and this is just I'd say not even the surface, just a scratch, right? And yeah, I'm learning myself, and I'm going to come with a longer video very soon. So do leave your comments and let me know how you liked it, and I'll be back tomorrow with F. Signing off, Anisha. That's from Zaria Healings.